Yo, people, man, Jazz in the building. Now, I don't know what the hell is going on. Shout out to Young Don. I was watching one of his videos and that, bruv, and Andrew Tate was talking about people for some reason are absolute pussy because they're not staying in Dubai and they actually value their lives. And then he went on this big crazy excursion of going on a plane, then onto some dumbass bus, then got to Dubai, and then started to complain about how he misses the luxuries of life when you were literally just disrespecting people for fleeing and that, bro. Then you start to complain about the exact same thing you were complaining about. People are complaining about, like, you come to realize, bro, that anyone that actually falls for the rhetoric of these actual flipping celebrities, rappers, whatever, you're an idiot, bro. I'm sorry, you are, bro, because these guys don't even believe what they're preaching themselves. Like, completely contradicted himself. I thought what you wanted was the hardness of war and bullets flying and and then a little bus ride and a couple of insects and that were on both. He starts crying like a little biatch. Like, what the
Weirdo.
like, what the weirdo? Shout out D Green, man. Let's get
making
into it.
sure that somebody hears it, making sure that somebody starts a conversation about it. And honestly, I'd probably say the mosquito of content creation is Andrew Tate. His meteoric rise was felt worldwide, and as soon as Kid Icarus got close to the sun, he flamed out in almost an instant. And now in 2026, he is trying to recapture that lightning in a bottle. But he honestly can't. The top G nonsense is done. The manosphere is pretty much dead. Shouts out to this new Netflix documentary. I can't wait to watch it.
I'm sorry, it's the fact that he started to actually go out in the field. Before, you were behind the desk talking something. It's like internet gangsters or like rappers and that were rapping about stuff, but actually not being in the streets and that, man. But now, once that rapper now starts to talk about a certain type of thing, and then they go into the environment that they're talking about, and people are saying like, wait a minute, you're in the environment that you rap about, but you're acting nothing like you do in your raps, bro. You're a fraud, and that's what it is with this guy. Now he's not behind the desk, he's actually out there. We're seeing him in the environment interacting with content creators, and we're realizing he's a phony. You get what I'm trying to say? That's all this is.
The manosphere is pretty much dead. Shouts out to this new Netflix documentary. I can't wait to watch it. Prominent people aren't inviting him to be on the internet anymore. He's not getting backed by any sort of government. So he decides to take the method that a lot of famous rappers have done and start beef with notable content creators. But the only one who's really willing to entertain him apparently is Sneeko, of all people. I know what you're thinking. This is the 1,000th time we've done Sneeko versus Tate, but this time he's willing to expose Sneeko in a way that is so disgusting, we've actually got to talk about it. If you're new to this and you haven't already, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. It goes a long way for this channel. And without you guys, I may have to start a fake beef with somebody in order to get some sort of clout or traction. Now, back into the video. Now, Sneeko and Tate haven't been friends for quite a while now. It started back in January where Sneeko started calling out Andrew Tate for walking back on his morals and values and brands that he's built in order to promote a different type of lifestyle that we can't explicitly mention on this channel.
Tate promoting. Let's have a real conversation about that. I tweeted at Tate yesterday.
On this channel.
Tate promoting. Let's have a real conversation about that. I tweeted at Tate yesterday because after years of saying he didn't want to stream on Kick because they promote gang, after years of Tristan saying that gang and degeneracy and porn is ruining the West, Tate promotes his website. And this is a day after he said people with the name Muhammad are ruining the West. Coming from a Muslim guy who's saying there's too many Muhammads and then promoting a link. And so him, after all years of saying that is evil, taking a deal, it's just like, really, bro?
Now, there would be some other conversations that both of them would have some disagreements about. You know, they had a conflict about America's invasion into Venezuela, and then some other back and forths about each other's character, et cetera, et cetera. But the main reason why Sneeko would call out Andrew Tate is simply due to the fact that Tate kind of flipped on one of his core values, one of the ones that made him so enticing as a figure online just a few years ago. It's this concept of standing on your values as a man and not flipping for the bag or for women or for whatever, et cetera, et cetera. I think it's important to mention Andrew Tate's past transgressions here to show just how much has changed over the past couple of years about Andrew Tate, how he's viewed in the public eye, and what he's doing now as a means to get viral. For what it's worth, Andrew Tate has been objectively losing. He's still dealing with all those legal troubles about him trafficking women out in Romania and the US. He lost a fight to a TikTok influencer.
What y'all belt the ass? I don't want to hear no crying.
Yo, this guy actually said, yeah, I was once upon a time a certain fighter and a world champion, and this guy got beat up by a guy in flipping pink boxing gloves. God damn it, bro.
Ace Demore, which for a top G, no matter what, was fairly embarrassing, especially because after the fact, he tried to make up a bunch of excuses. And then he came
Yeah, and the guy cannot fight either. Bruv, this is what I don't think I've met any big guy that has actually showed that he can fight. And I'm talking outside of boxing. Like every single big person that I've seen, just a regular everyday person that just goes to the gym, doesn't really have any fight, can't fight, throw a punch in that, bro. Form is absolutely abysmal. Like, bro, how are you getting beat up by someone that literally can't put a combo together, but you once upon a time a flipping, what do you call it, world title holder or whatever, and that, bro? Are your skills not transferable, bro? Like, like
Came out with some outrageous content surrounding the Iran-US conflict that's going on right now.
You think I'd miss out on a chance to be stuck in the Middle East during a war? That sounds like a f***ing epic story. Me, I'm there, come get me, no war or no food, dead policeman, I took his f***ing gun, I'm held up for the final f***ing stand. I've lived long enough anyway. I'm taking the first f***ing plane back. Oh, let me run.
And this is what I'm saying, bro. He's speaking like he's in a film, bro. Like he's literally speaking like he's an action hero. Like who takes this guy serious? Like Sneeko dissecting his character. I'm like, okay, Sneeko's a content creator. He's gonna make content out of this, all of that type of stuff. People like me that are actually gonna react to this stuff. But if you're actually a person that was actually believing anything this man was saying and that, bro, I'm sorry, man. Like, you get what I'm trying to say? Just let me know and that, man. You get me? I have a flipping business that I'm trying to run and that, bro. Give me flipping 20K and that, bro, and I'll flip your profits and that, bro, and give it back to you and that. You get what I'm trying to say? If you're gonna believe this.
Oh my God, I'm so scared. I found a way out. You're a fucking coward, and you're gonna get what you deserve. Kill me. Kill me. Don't give a shit.
He was literally caught being a part of a state-run program in order to be an influencer to promote Dubai during this time, which is a very, very weird concept. I say all this to say that Andrew Tate right now is spiraling out of control. He's trying way too hard to be, you know, familiar and recognizable, you know, still have the clicks, motion, and traffic that he once did, the stain that he does. And for what it's worth, he just doesn't have that stain and that motion. He's even going so far to the point where he's willing to attack people that were once his friends and who actually put him into the young male audience that he does have now, that's aging up a little bit, but also realizing at the same time that he's like a loser. Tate has always been addicted to having his name in the media, in the headlines, and in the tweets and the algorithm. He doesn't care if it's for good or for bad. After that HH Miami incident, he felt like there wasn't enough steam towards his name, so he decided to tackle the next big thing in American politics, the Epstein files. For whatever reason, he goes full on victim blame about the women involved in the Epstein files. And I use the word women loosely because although there were some women involved, we also do know that there were some children involved as well. But then, being as he is a man of experience, he even doubles down saying that he misses the days of trafficking, which I think is just so weird. Sneeko even had to call him out on this stuff because this is the man who is supposed to be the leader for a generation who is losing what Sneeko identified in the beginning as some of the most important things to Andrew Tate's whole movement, a man losing his values.
The thing I'm not supposed to say about the Epstein files that
he never had any, bro. The regular everyday person shouldn't even say I have values because the regular everyday person goes against their morals all the time. But the reason why people don't see it as a big deal is because they're not on the flipping internet saying these are my morals, and then everyone's watching you until you mess up and go against one of those morals. Like, human beings switch and change so many times throughout their lives and that, bruv, that saying this and this is what I follow and what I abide by and that, bruv, you're obviously gonna get caught out on that, bro. Like, the guys are evil.
Women have become such lying whores that it's impossible to take any of these unsubstantiated claims seriously. Women have sex and cry so often that real victims never face justice. Yeah, Andrew, you should apologize to the families of all the victims on Epstein Island. Andrew Tate, I'm not even saying this like drama farm aside, but him saying that you can't believe the victims that ended up dead, missing, or committed suicide after being public about what happened, you need to apologize to those family members. Imagine being related to somebody, one of the daughters, one of the young girls that went on that island. The countless pictures we've seen of Epstein with children now running around in a pool in the kitchen, and then you see Andrew Tate saying, these women are whores and they lie about. Imagine that was your sister, your daughter. You got to apologize to these families. You need to publicly apologize for this. Disgusting, disgusting behavior.
Now, instead of doing the credible thing, which would be, you know what, I probably misspoke. I'm a loser. I should step away from the keyboard. Somebody locked me up in a jail cell. I did that shit, admitting it, you know, all the things that Andrew Tate should probably do. He actually doubled down on him and his basically publicity farming attempts. And he decided to challenge Sneeko to a boxing match, one in which he doubled the purse in in order to fight Sneako.
Andrew Tate's begging to do a fight with me. They asked me not to talk about it, but fuck it. I don't really owe no loyalty to Tate at this point. They just offered a counter offer. They want me to fight for $1 million. That's how desperate he is to reclaim the top G status. But I stole that shit. Yeah, they want me to fight $1 million. A couple days ago, it was $500K. Without any pressure, they doubled it to $1 million. That's how badly he wants to get it back, because I stole it. They want me to do $1 million on Misfits. I don't really see any benefit for me. What is he, like 4 weight classes heavier? He already lost a lot of his fight aura, let's be real. After Chase Demore, the hype for your fight, after hyping yourself up for being a 4-time kickboxing champion, it's not the same as it once was. I've never had a professional bout. I've never had an amateur bout. My fighting career consists of losing to Sean Strickland and taking a win. Honestly, I won that fight. I think it'd be funny if I ask him, if I counteroffer and be like, Andrew Tate, I need to go fight for $6 million. I don't really see what I have to gain. If I win the fight, it's like, Chase Demore already kind of showed a clinic there. It was what is there really to gain? I'm already top G. Yeah, $1 million to change my life. He's gonna try to call me, you're broke. I'm not broke enough to take a deal like you. $1 million doesn't really change my life. I do this because I love making content. I'm gonna have to do a fight camp and all this stuff. We'll figure it out. They're gonna be upset that I said this on live, but I mean, fuck it, bro. When people are out here ratting on me and trying to ruin my life, it's like, what loyalty do I owe you?
And Sneako's right about it not being beneficial. Why?
Let's be honest though, Sneako does some backstabbing of himself as well and that, bro. That's what I'm saying, man. Just let these guys do their thing and just sit back and be entertained, bro. Like, that's all we gotta do in that, bro. But all these guys in that, fam, yeah.
Because I think he's actually starting to wake up to the fact that Andrew Tate isn't necessarily this motion creator himself. The idea that he pushes the needle is no longer relevant to the conversation. He's actually somebody who is grasping for straws by going totally off the deep end. He's to the point where he's actually praising Jeffrey Epstein in some of these tweets that he's putting out, which is totally inexcusable. It's weird as fuck, but it's something that also is a sign of somebody who's desperate for some sort of attention. He's not going to be able to get that thing that also.
Sorry. Here's a black pill. The evil Epstein lived his life with near unlimited financial access and luxury. He was connected to the world's most powerful people, leaving him, bro, I can't read it like this, bro. He was connected to the world's most powerful people, giving him a deep understanding and control over the world's realities. He lived to a moderately old age and is now immortalized in internet culture forever via memeing. 99.9% of you will never achieve even one of those things. You will never be rich or important or immortalized. He beat you in every single metric. You lost to a scumbag. This is what I'm saying, bro. This guy is still in this weird top G alpha male, life is a game and there's only these things that you need to achieve to become the top G and that, bro. And if you haven't achieved it, I don't consider you. Bro, shut up, man. Your whole philosophy has been taken and crumbled and that, bro, by yourself as well and that, bro. Like, no one believes any of this rhetoric anymore. What the hell is this guy talking about, bro?
So is a sign of somebody who's desperate for some sort of attention. He's not going to be able to get that from the generation that once gave it to him, the Sneakos of the world, the Aiden Rosses of the world. Hell, I don't even see himself connected to Myron anymore like he used to be. So what has he decided to do? Switch his eye to the new young hot manosphere, black pill, red pill, insane streamer darling at the moment. That's right. The Mog Master himself, Clavicular and Andrew Tate, are teaming up on a regular basis. Why? Because Clavicular is the new person that is supposed to lead the radicals on that end into the timelines, algorithms, and mindsets of an entirely new generation.
I don't know if you've noticed this. Maybe you have, but there is a war for Clavicular right now. Have you noticed that people are battling for Clavicular's soul, right? Especially after he said that Gavin knew some Mogs and that JD Vance is a subhuman. They're realizing that this is the next up guy. This is going to be the forefront and how much influence he has in Gen Z. And they want that so bad.
Statue of Liberty is there, and it's supposed to symbolize freedom and hope and liberty for all. But as you learned in Arizona, to a lesser extent to what I learned in Romania, is that none of us have any fucking freedom, and that we're all stuck inside of the matrix, and that even if you're the president of the United States, you're arguing with some fucking senator or some stupid bitch in Congress, you have media insulting you. Even if you're the president, you can't really escape the matrix. Perhaps the only way to truthfully escape the matrix is to live unapologetically, be the person you want to be, say what you want to say, and not give a fuck about the consequences. And I hope on this journey that you're on, when it goes right, when it goes wrong, whatever, if anything bad happens to you, heaven forbid, you end up in a cell or whatever else, or the internet turns on you, or whatever bad happens, I hope you sit there and go, I was real. I was me. I said what I meant what I said, and that's how I escaped the Matrix. I don't give a fuck what happens. Because truthfully, you've only really escaped when you're just as happy in jail as you are here. That's the only way to escape the Matrix.
But Andrew Tate.
Big man, you are not happy, bro. You wouldn't be on this complete tirade of trying to prove yourself and try to be the top G again if you were flipping happy and that, bro. Like, shut up, bro. With all your resources, if you were happy and that, bro, you probably wouldn't even be on the internet, bro. Like, idiot you, man. The hell? You are not happy, bro. Stop lying to yourself.
Cloud chasing.
Stop lying to the youths and that, bro. That be watching
Off of somebody who's literally half of his age. Oh, I'm frame mogging. Let's go get the frame. We're criminal maxing. Nigga, you're 40 years old. What are you talking about? You have children. You're trying to escape the Matrix and you're speaking like a teenage, like a Gen Z teen on TikTok. I'm relatable. How do you do, fellow kids? I'm frame mogging. Is this how you do it? Fucking corny. And it comes off so desperate to anybody who, it's like everyone sees like, what? Ugh. What do you think of our genius idea for this brand? Mogged by Clav. You think that Clav doesn't see it or that his community doesn't see it, what you're trying to do? He's losing the youth and he wants to get the youth again because he wants people to sign up for Hustlers University. Clav has his target demo and he's coming out, oh, I'm just like you. Bro, if Clav didn't have something to give Tate, if Tate couldn't take his audience, Tate would be dissing Clav the same way he's dissing me.
Now this concept reigns true for
But that's pretty much most content, that's pretty much most content creator and rapper and every other influencer and celebrity out there, though, man. You get me? You're all out here to get the opportunity.
His audience, you know what I mean? Tate would be dissing Clav the same way he's dissing me.
Now, this concept reigns true for anybody that is aging out of the social media limelight. For what it's worth, this is generally speaking a young person's game. Virality is for the 16 and 17-year-olds who can go and harass cops, jump off buildings, crash cars, do all these other things. Similar to rap. Sure, some do age gracefully into the next age where they have a core audience that will continue to follow them for as long as they create content or music. I'm thinking about like the Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, Drakes of the world. And I'm also thinking about, the Berleezes, the FD Signifiers, hell, even the Duke Dennises. But at some point, generally speaking, you would put away those childish attempts at making content in order to transition into an older and more graceful line of work. The problem with Andrew Tate is the way that he attains a bunch of capital doesn't work like that. He literally needs the youth in order to fuel his endeavors and monetary ventures. So he has to associate himself with somebody who is galvanizing the youth. Hell, if he could go younger, he would go younger. And I'd have to side with
That's the only way the brainwash will work, man. I'm telling you. Obviously, certain adults be out here getting got. You get what I'm trying to say, but yeah,
galvanizing the youth. Hell, if he could go younger, he would go younger. And I'd have to side with Sneeko here. It's actually pretty pathetic. Instead of providing anything of value or substance like you claim you did when you were running this Top G Academy and all these other things, you've decided to go get the low-hanging fruit of impressionable men year in and year out. I think the difference that you'll run into is that Clavicular doesn't give a fuck about any of this stuff, but nonetheless, that's me being too deep into their lore. It's just a weird old guy hanging around kids. Like when I first started going clubbing when I turned 18 and saw the 40-year-old at the Just 18 club. Shit was crazy. Now, everything that I'm saying and even Sneeko is saying is the reality behind what an Andrew Tate is now to the conversation in 2026. And Tate doesn't necessarily like that. In a now deleted tweet, he has threatened to leak information as to why he decided to stop talking about Sneeko, as if anybody really cares about that in 2026. Now, Sneeko does get in front of this by talking about how he's going to spin this narrative about Sneeko being gay.
I know what he's going to bring up. I already know what the tactic is to be. These people are easy to read. I didn't want to address it on stream. I'm going to address it before it happens. Maybe people will clip it up. What he's going to do, he's going to bring up clips from a podcast from like 5-6 years ago where I was a stand-up comedian at the time and we were joking and on streams joking about like, oh, have you ever thought about being gay? Yeah, it's a joke. The other one they're going to bring up, there's fake pictures going around where people pretend that there's these, like they say that you did gay. Most of those pictures are fake. The other ones, I was 17 and there are leaked photos that I sent to a girl that leaked online. They're fake. And people post that and they've ran with this lie. The pictures that have circulated are not real. And of course, I never wanted to talk about this stuff. It's embarrassing, but it got leaked and then the person got arrested. It wasn't part of like this shoot or this magazine. This was private stuff and it was posted when I was 17 and that's circulated around. I already know what he's going to do. And then he's going to also show modeling pictures because I used to model.
I didn't even see this, bro. Oh my days, man. Yo, Mizi, chill out. You know, I'll be
high fashion for Burberry and Nike. That's what he's going to do. I guarantee you. And so he's going to bring this up and then try, oh, he's gay, but he's not going to talk about what my platform is used for this anti-war position, for not wanting to get my country to go and die for Israel while he lives in Romania.
So it seems he's got himself.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. He didn't look at the camera once and that, bro. That whole time, yeah, he really didn't want to do that. Even though he's trying to get in front of the bullet and all of that type of stuff, and that man and reveal the information before he gets out and that, bro, he really didn't want that one surfacing, bro. He didn't look at the camera not once.
Exposed, and all these revelations are going to come to light. So I'm going to tell you a very factual story. I'm not Gossip Girl. I'm not here to insult anyone. I have.
Why do you dumbass people that are influencers always say you're not going to do something and then literally do it 2 seconds later, bro? Like, what? You are gossiping, bro. Like, what the hell? I'm not Gossip Girl, but then proceeds to gossip and that. But just talk,
no
man.
Personal vendetta against anybody. I'm not mad at anyone who's ever insulted me. I'm just a guy, and I'm just here to tell the version of the story as I lived it. I'm just here to tell the truth. That's it. I'm just going to tell you some facts. A few years ago, there was a streamer, I think everybody knows who I'm talking about, who was obsessed with me. If I got a girl's number on Fresh and Fit, he tried to do the same thing. Every single thing I did, he copied verbatim. He tried to be me, literally be me. He was obsessed with me. And I thought he just...
Yeah, man. How you become the exact thing that you hate and that, bro.
He tried to be me, literally be me. He was obsessed with me. And I thought he just wanted to be famous, and that turned out to be a homosexual obsession. He came to Romania with two people who I respect very much, Myron and Fresh, great guys. They managed to convince me to allow him to come. He came there and started acting really fruity and really weird. He started telling me that he...
Bro, the way you said fruity is even fruity, blood. Really fruity. Like, why did he put a little accent, a little twang on the TY and that, bro? The way you said fruity was fruity, my guy. Like, what the hell, bro? Like, he was speaking the exact same way, and then fruity just had this crazy accent and that, bro, that he had to add to it, and then he started speaking normally again.
He came there and started acting really fruity and really weird.
Really fruity and really weird. You're fruity, blood. Idiot, you, bro. You know what I mean? Just admit it, man. You know what I mean? What this Illuminati say, bro? What the hell was that?
You're one of those.
Oh, I see what it was. So it wasn't even my PC. It's my D drive. That okay. The fact that he's talking about what he's talking about, and I'm saying D drive now. Pause. But my D drive on my flipping PC. Pause at that, bro. Ran out of space basically, so that's why I was acting like that. All right, we're good. So my PC isn't malfunctioning.
I said, look, I'm older than you, bro, and I've never tried that. I don't think that's normal. And then he started saying, isn't it normal just to try new things? Don't you think it's normal to be curious? How do you know if you're really gay or not unless you've tried being gay? And then I realized he was coming on to me. And when I realized he was coming on to me, I thought the best thing I can do is just not talk to him anymore. Because I don't like this Gossip Girl stuff. I don't want to be a drama merchant like he is. My brand isn't safe.
That's exactly what you are, and that's exactly what you're doing, bro. Like,
Sitting online and constantly insulting other people like his is. So I thought, let me just cut him off. He's obsessed with me. He's a bit weird. I don't want to ruin the guy's career. Let me just go his own separate way. Since then, he has mentioned me every single day in every single stream he does. Andrew Tate wore a gambling t-shirt. Andrew Tate drove a car. Andrew Tate drunk coffee. Andrew Tate this. Andrew Tate that. He is obsessed with me. And if you see the way he talks about me, you can see in his eyes. It's not because he is morally superior. It's not because he just wants clicks. It's a homosexual rage which is suppressed. Guys.
yeah, well, how can you tell what his eyes are saying though, bro? If he's on some fruitiness, as you said, which you put a whole accent on for some reason and that, bro, and you're not on that, how do you know what his eyes are saying, bro? Interesting. Because notice how apparently Sneeko was obsessed and all of that type of stuff. Now apparently Andrew Tate is obsessed because he's now constantly mentioning Sneeko, so he's become the exact same thing that he absolutely hates in that, bro. So if there's a correlation there in that, bro, how are you able to notice the homosexuality in that? You get what I'm trying to say? Unless you've had some experience yourself in that, yeah? Because I didn't see no homosexuality when Sneeko was talking about Andrew, but apparently he does see it though. You know,
guys, I don't like saying this. I feel uncomfortable making, which is suppressed. Guys, I don't like saying this. I feel uncomfortable making this video.
Yeah, you look uncomfortable, bro. Sure. You know what I'm saying?
I wanted all of this to go away. I just said, no, I'm not gonna fuck you, bro. Get out of here. I just tried to ignore the kid for 5 fucking years. Here we are 5 years later. He won't stop.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap.
I just tried to ignore the kid for 5 fucking years. Here we are 5 years later. He won't stop talking about me. And if you watch him do it, guys, watch him do it and look in his eyes while he does it. It is a suppressed homosexual rage. He is enraged.
Which, lo and behold, like a playbook, Tate actually goes to the internet and alludes to the fact that when he first met Sneeko, he felt as though he was fruity or weird, or basically insinuating the fact that he was gay. Totally, utterly ridiculous conversation. It's stupid. It's actually tiring. But what I'm really trying to get at here is that I've never seen a guy grasp for straws so hard to be culturally relevant again like I have seen Andrew Tate. This isn't necessarily even a video.
No. Will Smith. Yeah. Sorry, Will. I apologize. I put you in the firing line. I apologize. But it's true though. Yeah, it's true.
So hard to be culturally relevant again like I have seen Andrew Tate. This isn't necessarily even a video about me defending Sneeko in this regard. I just can't believe that somebody like Tate has fallen off to the point where he's going about these lazy ass tactics in order to get back into the place and space that he was. All the way up into the point where he would actually pay clippers and social media pages to put pictures of 17-year-old Sneeko on the timeline as an attempt to embarrass him.
So you're gonna spend 5 minutes. What are you gonna say? You're gonna call me gay? That's what you got. That's the big reveal. Years of threatening to end my careers. You're gonna call me gay? Bring up fake pictures and then leaked images that I would send a girl when I was 17 years old. You're gonna tell your clippers to post underage pictures of me? One, that's a crime. And two, half of
Oh, so it was those pictures. Yo, this guy's an idiot, bro. And also, who the hell keeps pausing these pictures in these crazy frames, bro? Like, is that Omizi? Is that someone else?
You're gonna tell your clippers to post underage pictures of me? One, that's a crime. And two, half of those things are fake. Then people are gonna say, oh, you did gay. I didn't do, half of these are fake, and the other ones were sent and leaked, and they face consequences for that. Obviously, this is embarrassing. I don't wanna keep talking about it. It's over 10 years ago. Not my best moment. Not proud of that. Yeah, did I think that girl was gonna leak it? No, it is what it is. It happens. The difference is, if you're going to bring this up, Tate literally did. You know that, right? He brags about it. He goes on the Full Send podcast, brags about typing on the keyboard under the desk. This is what he did. Should he be, held accountable for this? No, he reverted, and we believe that past sins are forgiven. But this is the guy who's going to say that I'm gay. The guy who said that I'd rather sleep with Megan Fox with a dick than Hulk Hogan with a penis. Are you mad because people are posting videos of you shooting a gun? They all call you zesty. What is this cope? That's what you got? That's how you're going to end my career? I'm not a gossip girl, but I think my gaydar goes off for him. We're at war right now. We're at war, and this is what you talk about?
I think the big reason why he's doing this is because, one, social media is addicting.
And I'm glad Sneeko noticed it as well, and that bro saying that his gaydar went off, but he's not gay though. Like,
two, it actually is pretty easy to prey on these people. And three, this is a sign that is clear as day that the manosphere / red pill community is truly dead. Everybody else has kind of pivoted to some sort of like extreme political grifting and being actors in the space, talking about DEI, Epstein files, these different wars that are going on, etc., etc. But that old school bring a woman on, call them some sort of whore, criticize them for their decision making, that old school, hey, I'm a top G if you follow me type of content is actually non-existent anymore. I'm talking about from a successful standpoint. They're actually making a Netflix documentary that should be out as you see this video that I'm hoping to cover on this channel about the manosphere and how it became to be this thing. But hopefully they talk about how it is dead. If not, I'll go ahead and talk about it. But this should show how talentless Tate is and how embarrassed people actually should be to let a guy like this, who can't entertain without, belittling and berating people, be a staple in their lives to the point where they were willing to run through a wall for him and give them literally their life savings. Not even figuratively, but literally. So now we sit back and we wait until the next saga happens, but the desperation on the timeline is actually insane from somebody that they called, or even call to this day, a top G.
Weirdo.